Cowboys DeMarcus Lawrence labels defense soft after giving up 49 points to Browns in loss. Arlington, Texas defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence has a word to describe the Cowboys' defensive performance in a 49-38 loss to Cleveland on Sunday. "I'll call this expletive soft," Lawrence said. "I don't feel like we're holding ourselves accountable, including myself." The Cowboys entered Sunday having allowed a franchise history worst 97 points in 3 games. They left AT&T Stadium mid-afternoon with a performance substantially worse than the previous ones. Consider the 307 yards rushing they allowed, including the 164 yards in the first half. Cleveland averaged 9.1 yards per carry through 2 quarters, even after losing lead back Nick Chubb to a first-quarter knee injury. "We came out the gate soft," Lawrence said. "In different words, I can call it something else. But it's just all about having some grit, playing balls to the wall, and going out there and giving it everything you've got." Dallas offense quarterback Dak Prescott acknowledges didn't help. Prescott was strip-sacked by Browns defensive end Myles Garrett in the second quarter as Dallas led 14-7. Cleveland scored promptly on a short field to tie the game. The Cowboys' next drive began with a 26-yard carry from running back Ezekiel Elliott. But the ball came loose before Elliott was down. The Browns scored again on their next series. A 7-point lead became a 24-point deficit before the fourth quarter. Dallas didn't score for more than 36 minutes as Cleveland found the end zone by air and ground repeatedly. "You give up 300 rushing yards, that's just poor," head coach Mike McCarthy said. "That's poor run defense. There's no way around it." The Cowboys knew their pass defense was a liability through 3 weeks. Their explanations have varied, coaches and players chalking up poor performances to missed assignments, poor eye discipline and a slow grasp of new defensive coordinator Mike Nolan's scheme. But missed tackles and reads on Sunday exposed the degree of the problems for the run defense. Coaches insist players merely haven't had enough time to grasp a scheme change after COVID-19 disrupted off-season and preseason activities. The Browns had no more time under coach Kevin Stefanski and his first-year staff but are now 3-1. McCarthy, shouldering the Cowboys' first 1-3 start in a decade, declined. "One proposal for change. The worst thing we can do is narrow everything down and be a one-call defense," McCarthy said. "I refuse to do that. That's not the path. We have a defense that fits our players, and we have to make sure we are getting those guys in position." Linebacker Jalen Smith, however, said recently he absolutely believes the scheme needs to be simplified. Though his impact extends beyond his stat line, Lawrence has struggled to reach the level of productivity he has enjoyed in the past, including a 25-sack run across the 2017-18 and 2018-19 seasons. "It's not my job to worry about scheming or worry about what the next man doing," Lawrence said when asked about potential fixes. "I already got a hard enough job myself. It's all about just attacking and I don't feel like we're doing that at all as a unit." Dallas' last defensive stand was as concerning to club members as it was indicative of the miscues canvassing 4 games. The Cowboys' offense had finally regained its groove in the fourth quarter, narrowing a 24-point Browns lead to merely 3. With 3:37 to play at the 50-yard line, Baker Mayfield faked a handoff left to Browns running back Kareem Hunt. Then Mayfield pitched the ball to receiver Odell Beckham Jr., who swept around right end just out of the grasp of Cowboys defender Aldon Smith. Beckham Jr. raced up the sideline as his teammates blocked Cowboys defensive lineman. Dallas linebacker Joe Thomason. Cornerback Trevon Diggs tumbled out of bounds after failed pursuits. Safety Donovan Wilson, too, tumbled as he missed a tackle around the 30-yard line. Remaining defenders, Smith being closest, pursued from behind as Beckham took the score home. The following snap, Dallas special teams unit blocked a kick only allow the Browns a 2-point conversion and led of 11 after failing to scoop the ball up. Dallas didn't recover. Believe in the Browns. Under Kevin Stefanski, Cleveland has substance to match swagger. NFL newsletter, sign up now to get football news delivered to your inbox. If think you're going to sit here and get a whole new coaching staff and win every game and shoot for the stars, you got a big surprise coming, Lawrence said. That was our surprise. Scheme and personnel decisions, Lawrence reiterated, are outside of his control. But the defender in year 2 of a 5-year, $105 million extension knows his team needs more leadership from him. We got so much talent, Lawrence said. But without that grit, without that toughness, talent don't mean anything in the NFL. We've got to hold ourselves to a higher standard, we've got to play together as one, and I don't feel like we're holding ourselves accountable, including myself. Just growing up and playing like real men out there. And not like kids. Follow USA Today Sports' Yuri Epstein.